Just 3 days after a thrilling 6-5 victory, which saw the Muckdogs storm back to score 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth, Batavia takes on the Auburn Doubledays today in another bout between two West Division heavyweights. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Falcon Park. As today, the 12-7 Muckdogs face off against the 12-6-1 Auburn Doubledays. I'm Nikita Lohman. Alongside me today is Luca Zaccaro. Luca, a big mid-season clash today. What are your feelings as we get ready for baseball tonight?
Yeah, so just as you described it, a big mid-season battle. Obviously, as you guys can see on the screen, we are both at 12 wins. The Doubledays are still in first place. This is a big one, as it seems like every single game from here on out is big because of how tight the standings really are. Very little separations between 1 and 6. In our division, in the West Division.
To speak on that, we'll pull up the standings, but before we do that, let's give you a look at today's Batavia Muckdogs starting lineup. Leading off and playing right field, it'll be Braden Horton. Batting second and playing left again, it's Tyler Castrataro. In the 3-hole playing third base, it's Jackson Inman. Returning for his first PGCBL contest in nearly 3 weeks, it's the DH Sean Mindas. Batting fifth and playing first base, it's Justin Espinal. In the 6th hole, it's the catcher Cooper Fesh. Batting seventh, the extra hitter Omar Carreras. Batting eighth, it's the shortstop Brian Fry. In the 9th hole, it's the center fielder Travis Hammond. And batting 10th and playing second base, it is Caleb Walker. As Braden Horton steps to the plate, we are just about ready to go with baseball this evening. Starting for the Doubledays tonight, it's a familiar sight, a familiar foe in Brennan Hilleman. Hilleman started against the Muckdogs 10 days ago on the 17th of June. Had a great start as he's just about ready. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. We are underway this evening. Hilleman went 7 innings, allowed 1 earned run, struck out 9 batters in that aforementioned outing. 1-0. That one misses.
So he's coming off a good one. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 9 whiffs. Did give up 7 hits and walked 2, but dominant.
Hilleman and Burchard, sort of that 1-2 combo. A pair of co-aces, 1A, 1B. So that one misses outside. You saw the numbers for Braden Horton. I'm going to say it at the top of every game. He has been the best hitter in the Muckdog lineup since he arrived. An OPS at 1.139. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, it just seemed like when Horton got here and we inserted him, right into that leadoff spot, like everything seemed all right. Everything seemed like okay.
And what we've seen also is that there's a fly ball, left field, taking a few steps towards the line. Making the catch is the left fielder Vivacqua for out number 1. So now Tyler Castrataro will come to the plate. The 1, 2, and 3 in the Muckdog order, really not a lot of change. Jackson Inman missed a few ball games, and then you saw a little shift, but there's really become a rhythm of Horton, Castrataro, and Inman, and it makes sense. The 3 of them have been phenomenal as we sit today, as that breaking ball clips the outside corner for strike 1. For Castrataro, a .339 average, has played in every PGCBL game for the Muckdogs, got yesterday off in the out-of-league ball game as the 0-1 is cut on and missed. Swings and misses might be a theme tonight, as Brennan Hilleman, as we mentioned, 9 strikeouts in that outing 10 days ago. He's got a 2.63 ERA, 25 Ks in 24 innings. He's been one of the best starters in the league this summer.
Yeah, no question.
A ball and 2 strikes now the count on Castrataro. Did not get a hit on the 24th, the last time these two teams played, but did draw a walk, steal a base, still found a way to be productive. It's the 1-2 on its way. Swing and foul tipped behind the plate. One feature here in Auburn that, the scoreboard, yes.
The scoreboard is absolutely gorgeous. You know, they have some really good graphics thrown up, too. Like, there was 2 strikes, and they threw up, like, a cartoonish 2-strike graphic. Auburn with a great field.
1-2, breaking ball just misses outside. And the thing that I like the most is that you can see the pitch speeds on the scoreboard. I'm looking up. The radar gun is just to the right of us here in the booth.
Wow, I actually just noticed that. That's legit.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Brendan Hilleman, with his first K of the day, sets down Tyler Castrataro for out number 2. You know, it's been a day for inclement weather. There was a ton of rain on the way to the stadium, about an hour-and-a-half drive. There was a lot of rain in the pregame, but looking out right now, it appears that things have cleared up. There's a little bit of blue in the sky. Still generally an overcast day. The light's on here at Falcon Park as Jackson Inman skies that one into center field. Catch is made for a quick 1-2-3 first inning. Brendan Hilleman puts on a show. Handles business as we head to the bottom of the first inning. This one knotted up at 0s.
Did you know that 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance with Geico?
Yeah, but did you know that Dewey's favorite snack is popcorn from the Batavia Muckdogs? Hi, what can I get for you? One Muckdog ale, please.
Oh, that sounds good.
Here you go.
Hey, you know what? Let me get one of those too.
Hey,
Thank you, good sir.
what is this Muckdog Ale?
Oh, it's actually the official beer of the Batavia Muckdogs, brewed by yours truly, Eli Fish. Come down, stop by, and get yourself some drinks, some food, awesome stuff at 109 Main Street.
We return now for the bottom of inning number 1. Let's give you a look at the Auburn starting lineup. Leading off and manning left field, it's Tyler Vivacqua. Batting second, playing shortstop, Adam Sullivan. In the 3-hole, it's the extra hitter, Anthony DeCesare. The cleanup man is the first baseman, Nick Izzo. Batting fifth, it's the designated hitter, Colson Thompson. In the 6th spot, it's the man manning the hot corner, Alex Vasquez. Josh Thompson plays second base and bats 7th. In the 8-hole, it's the right fielder, Gianni DeCerbo. Batting 9th, it's the catcher and a new face, Mark Gialuisi. And rounding out the lineup, batting 10th, playing center field, it's Bobby Harding. Again, funny to see all these familiar faces because, I mean, these two teams played just 3 days ago. Tyler Vivacqua, memorable for a pair of reasons in the Auburn 12-4 victory. The first time these two teams played, blasted a home run and blew a save as that one is skied into right field. Coming on and making the catch is Horton. 1 pitch, 1 out for tonight's starter, the switch pitcher, Walker Gleishaw.
Couldn't have drawn it any better right there. Gleishaw gets the first pitch, first out.
Gleishaw, you see the numbers on the screen right there. Efficiency, getting through a good hitter in Vivacqua. He's coming off of a start that he'd likely like to forget. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 8 runs, only 5 earned, versus Jamestown. That was back on June 21st.
Yeah, Muckdogs fans, look to see the arm switches during this game. It's a bit random, I believe, at this point when he does it, but look to see when he goes from left to right or right to left.
So we saw him start on the left side against the switch hitter Vivacqua. Now sticking to the left with Adam Sullivan, the lefty. I imagine for this first inning, he'll probably stay lefty. What we noticed versus Jamestown was that when he felt himself getting into some trouble, that was when he flipped to the right side.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. Maybe he feels more comfortable with that right side, and that's why in a pinch he'll switch.
Adam Sullivan on the season batting .277, a .463 on base, but just a .298 slug. As he continues his trend of getting on base right there. Not a guy with a ton of pop, but 7 stolen bases at first base. He's got a threat to take the extra bases with his leg. As now Anthony DeCesare will come to the plate. DeCesare on the season, a .378 average, .472 on base, a .489 slug. Went 2 for 4, smoked an RBI single, which hit Ethan Papasek in that ball game the last time these two teams played.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate event for our pitcher, Papacek. Still got that bandage around that wrist.
There. Gleishaw looks back to first, ready to come home. That one misses up high. DeCesare, one of the youngest guys in the field. How about this? He just graduated from high school. You see that throughout the league. Interestingly, though, not from the Muckdogs is that one. Fouled away, first base side out of play.
No, we got, in the best way, we got some oldies.
There's some vets here for sure. I say vets. These guys are
young 20.
Young 20s, 19 years old. I guess
never a bad thing to have,
certainly not,
in quotations, veterans on the team, especially ones who have been Muckdogs for years in a row. They know manager Skip Martinez and what is expected.
They know the drill. As Gleishaw comes home with the 2-1. That one's grounded foul to even the count at 2s. DeCesare from Liverpool, New York, so right around this area. Luca, I know you.
Wow, that's exactly where I'm from.
Really, Liverpool?
From Liverpool, New York. A great area, somewhere where, to be honest, like I see it as some place where you raise your family.
I actually, a few weeks ago, was in Liverpool for about 45 minutes. Nice areas. That one grounded to second base. Flipped to short for one. On to first. It's a double play. Just what the Muckdogs would like. Walker Gleishaw with an efficient bottom of the first inning. He matches a scoreless frame as we'll be back for inning number 2. This one is still knotted up at 0s. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'd like to shine a light on the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball. Not some, we're doing all. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Bourbon and Burger, Brighton Security, Bully Hill, Casella Waste, Dave's Ice Cream, Eli Fish Brewing, Ficarella's Pizza, Genesee Community College, Genesee Lumber, Ken Barrett Chevrolet, Max Pies Furniture, Oakwood Hills, Skyworks, Tompkins Bank, Turnbull Heating and Air, Tully's, UR Wilmot, Rochester Regional Health, Wright Beverage, Zoom Fitness, Allegheny Farm Services, Arc of Genesee Orleans, Ashley Furniture, Batavia Foot Care, Best Choice Heating and Air, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Bright Path Kids, Burger King, Salino Plumbing, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Eagle Star Housing, Easttown Beverage, Everdry, Waterproofing, Farm Credit East, Farrell Gas, Frank's Call, Mr. Plumber, Freed Maxick, Geico, Genesee County Chamber, Glow Regional Waste, Go Health, Graham Corporation, Healthy Families Wyoming and Genesee Partnership, Horizon Health Services, HP Hood, ICAC, J. Leonard McAndrew Funeral Home, Land Pro, Leaf Guard, Liberty Pumps, Louis J. Lang and Sons, Empower Agency, Massive Tasting, Mental Health Association of Genesee and Orleans, Myers RV. Unfortunately, a shorter break here today compared to yesterday when I was able to fly through that.
You were doing a great job there, Nikita.
So I put a bookmark in it. We'll get right back to that. Don't you worry. Show love to all of the incredible sponsors of Muckdogs Baseball as Sean Mendas steps in, swings and misses through strike one. Mendas returned to the lineup after a hiatus due to injury. You can see the numbers where they were when he got hurt.
He was rocking when he was healthy.
Had 9 ribbies in just 6 games. Alongside those numbers, because that's a line 1 hop up the middle. It is not fielded cleanly, though. So, an E6 on Sullivan opens up the inning with a base runner. Sean Mendas at first.
You know, and against a really good pitcher in Hillman, you need little things like that. A break here, an error to start the inning, and now Mendas is at first. Muckdogs this game, if we're going to be successful, need to capitalize off of the Doubledays mistakes.
Absolutely could not have said it better myself. Espinal smokes one into right center field. There, though, to make the grab is the right fielder DeCerbo for out number 1. Cooper Fesh now digs into the plate. First pitch to him. Line to center field. A few steps to his left. Under it to make the catch is Bobby Hardy for out number 2. Hardy, we saw him in right field make an incredible play to save a few runs and what seemed like would end up securing a victory for the Doubledays, but not before the Muckdogs showed off their resilience. As after 2 well-hit balls just found gloves, it's Omar Carreras digging to the plate. Whoa, Sean Mendas took a big jumping lead off of first, but stays right there as Carreras takes the first pitch outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Pereira's still a newcomer, I believe, playing in his 3rd game as a Muckdog.
Yes, appeared in yesterday's game against the Salt Cats. Got a base hit, but that does not count towards the season stats. So, technically, still looking for his first hit of the summer in PGCBL play. You can't take away that hit. It was a sharp ground ball up the middle. They liked what they saw. Have him in there again tonight against Hilleman. That one misses up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball down the right field line. That one will just slice foul. Nice swing there from Carreras.
And I know I bring this up. You know, we go to all these different ballparks. Foul territory here at the Doubleday Stadium.
Not a whole lot.
Barely any. And that changes fly balls. That's going to make an out, not an out. It changes the dynamic of the game.
You know, Luca, we discussed this with some of the people up here in the press box with the Doubledays. The dimensions here, compared to Dwyer Stadium, just the general design and layout, almost exactly the same.
Yes.
Of course, one major difference is turf here in Auburn, grass and dirt in Batavia. A lot of people say that they prefer 10 out of 10 grass. So that one just misses for ball 4. Carreras draws a 2-out walk. 2 base runners on now for Brian Fry. Fry got tossed last time he was in against Auburn.
Yes. Fry's a great player. kind of just had something slip. Was unfortunately ejected from the game last time. He is needed in this lineup, of course, though.
Yes, great to have him. That one misses high and outside. It's just so valuable that they can afford to give Tyler Castrataro some days, obviously not rest because he's out in the outfield, but it's a lot easier, less taxing on the body to play left field compared to shortstop. Yes. So they can put Fry there at short, and he's looked good there. Saw him take part in turning a double play to end last inning. 2 balls and no strikes is the count on Fry. With a .493 on base this season, he's been terrific at drawing walks. Has 13 to his name. So that one misses up high. Very well.
Right, and a good opportunity to do it once again right here.
Fry's 13 walks actually lead the team. Or tied. Tied with Braden Horton, which, well, I mean, that just tells you something about Braden Horton.
Come on, Nikita. You should have known Horton was going to be there, too.
This is the 3-0 pitch. Fry likely was looking at that no matter what. Takes a heater over the heart of the plate. Still in a commanding 3-ball, 1-strike hitter's count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. First strike 2. So both runners will be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of inning number 2. Brian Fry looking to put the Muckdogs on the board first here this evening. Hilleman peeks in, gets ready. Kicks and fires. Up high for ball 4. Brian Fry now leads the team in walks. He takes sole possession of first base, passes Braden Horton with his 14th base of balls on the season. And that now will load the bases with 2 away for Travis Hammond.
And Hammond hitting in a spot with 2 runners in scoring position. I don't think he's seen this a lot too much this year, as he's usually led off or been the 9-man. So now an opportunity to drive some runs in.
A 738 OPS. He swings and misses through strike 1 right there. Hilleman, after walking 2 straight men, looking to settle in here. That one misses up high.
Yeah, had a curveball go away from him right there. Didn't snap enough to get back into the zone.
Against a guy like Brendan Hilleman with an ERA around 2.6 to start the season. This is a moment where the Muckdogs feel like they really need to cash in. You don't know how many chances you'll get. Has good patience there, laying off the breaking ball. But, of course, with 2 straight walks, you question if he's feeling it on the mound, if he has the A stuff today. Travis Hammond, a smart hitter, got 7 walks on the season. Very well could be staying patient here as he takes that pitch. Outside corner, maybe across the letters. Hammond not thrilled with the call. Now he'll have to protect as Hilleman 1 strike away from leaving him loaded without allowing a run. Here comes the 2-2. Check swing. No swing.
No.
The pitch misses high, and now we'll have another full count. A big moment here early.
Already a big moment, as we saw Hammond with his notorious head shake, relaying to the umpire, hey, that is not a strike.
The Hammond head shake.
The Hammond head shake.
Payoff pitch, just about ready. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. A huge strike 3 for Brendan Hilleman. The base is loaded without a hit, but he escapes any sort of damage and keeps things scoreless as we head now to the bottom of inning number 2. Again, the Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our incredible, fantastic, phenomenal sponsors. So, to continue where I left off, a huge thank you to Mocaveros Automotive, the National Guard, the New York State School for the Blind, Oak Orchard Health, Watka Milks Products, Overheard Door, PNCG, Pellegrino Auto Sales, Perry Veterinary Clinic, Stan's Harley Davidson, Stop DWI, Suburban Propane, TF Browns, Toyota of Batavia, Trevor R. Rowley State Farm, TVFCU, and the United States Gypsum Company. Thank you so much to you all for making the magic that is Muckdog Ball possible.
And I know Nikita just read off a ton of sponsors, but we really truly appreciate all of our sponsors that help make this beautiful Batavia Muckdog team run. If you want to support your Muckdogs, support our sponsors.
Nick Izzo is the cleanup man tonight, playing first base. He'll lead off the second as he takes strike 1. With this new technology that we have here, I think we'll fill you guys in throughout the game on some pitch velocities. That first pitch here in the bottom of inning number 2 came in at 79. That one, 81 miles per hour. The count is even at a ball and a strike on Izzo. Izzo on the season hitting .333 with an .879 OPS. Was hitless the last time these two teams played, but in the early going, as he joined the team just a bit late, he's been swinging a hot bat. So he's continued to move up this Doubleday lineup. Right now, behind 1 ball and 2 strikes, he fouls that one away.
Something to note, Nikita, for yourself, Izzo is also a New Jersey native.
How about that? A lot of New Jersey natives around, so we've got someone from Liverpool.
Oh, you're not from Jackson, New Jersey,
Swing and a
are
miss. Strike 3. I am not from Jackson. As Izzo goes down for strike 3. First K of the day for Glacier as there's 1 down. I will say, though, there is actually 1 player from my hometown in the PGCBL on the Pioneers. So has not played yet in our matches. But, hey, maybe tomorrow we will see him as first pitch is a swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1 on Colson Thompson. Thompson only came in to pinch hit, went 0 for 1. The guy with some pop. He's got a home run on the season, a .231 average, but a .500 slug, an .833 OPS. Makes sense. He's got the juice at 6'4" and 205 pounds. A Mississippi native. How about that? All over the country, huh?
Yeah. They make them different down there.
The 1-1. Called strike 2. Walker Glacier pouring in strikes here early. Just about exactly the start.
I think that's important, too, for Glacier. I think his arm slot from the lefty position is much harder to read. And therefore, and as I was saying, therefore, if he can throw strikes from that arm slot, it's going to make his breaking stuff that much more effective.
When you have to truly respect the fastball in the zone, you're going to go more at the breaking ball. There's a swing and a miss. A nice 2-seamer right there. The second straight batter he's retired via the K. As 2 quick outs here in the bottom of inning number 2. Brings up the third baseman, Alex Vasquez. We're talking about guys from all over. Vasquez from Illinois, so representation of the Midwest. Went 1 for 4 with the Ribby single the last time these two teams played on the 24th. He was also at third base for that one. He takes a first pitch breaker outside for ball 1. Popped up. Caleb Walker going out. He will make the catch over the shoulder.
Nice play.
Tougher play than it looks like. Caleb Walker with some good range to record out number 3. Walker Glacier has posted 2 straight scoreless innings to open up his night. As this one is still scoreless, we'll head to inning number 3. Muckdog fans, let's take a look at your Batavia upcoming schedule. 3 home games on here. How about that? There's been some stretches on the road. Back at home.
There has. I'm glad to be back home.
Back in the Batavia groove. I was going to say back in the New York groove, but that doesn't make sense. All of these teams besides one are
except for one.
Anyways, let's talk about the schedule and less about geography. So, tomorrow the Muckdogs return home for
free T-shirt night.
Elmira sitting at 11-7. The Muckdogs at 12-7. So
it's a big rivalry game. Of course, for our real Muckdogs fans, we know that rivalry runs deep. Especially on a great night like free T-shirt night. What a great game to come to. Get a free T-shirt and watch a great game.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm also going to tell you what the weather will be. I believe it's looking like a nice day coming. Anyways, we'll talk more about the upcoming schedule after this half inning. Now, the focus is on Caleb Walker as he walks to the dish. He's batting 10th in tonight's lineup. He's got an .815 OPS over his first 16 games this summer. He's been hot as of late.
I've absolutely loved Caleb Walker's at-bats since he's been inserted into this lineup. Likes to scorch balls between the first and second baseman. Usual for lefty hitters to get singles in that fashion.
And also, do not be fooled by the fact that he's hitting 10th. That's a spot that Skip Martinez and all the guys in the coaching staff here, they really value that.
Like an extra leadoff man.
It's a guy that's going to get on base for Brandon Horton, Tyler Castro, Jackson Inman, those 3 that we've discussed at length. There's a swing and a miss, though. Strike 3. Hilleman sets down Walker for out number 1 as Brayden Horton will come to the plate for the second time today. Horton flew out to left his first time up. For Hilleman, that was his 3rd strikeout here for the first out of inning number 3. Seems like he's picked up where he left off the last time he was out against the Muckdogs.
Stuff is definitely there today. And when I say stuff for non-baseball fans who are just tuning in, stuff is the spin on the baseball that he has on a cutter or a two-seam, his velocity, how hard he's throwing, things like that when I say stuff.
0-1, grounded. Right side of the infield. The throw is in time. Thompson ranged over to record out number 2. Hilleman working efficiently, getting quick outs. Sets down the first 2 batters he's faced as Tyler Castrotaro comes to the dish. He is one of the 3 strikeout victims early on. Looking to turn things around, get a knock. That's a beautiful break.
That's a strong first pitch to Castrotaro. I'm sure Castrotaro was expecting that velo, that fastball on the first pitch. Hilleman says, nope, I'm just going to drop in this beautiful slider and sneak a strike.
There was a curveball that time, more of a 12-6 break but it stays high for ball one. Swing and a miss. We've talked about the heat. Now, it's nice to be able to give you some exact idea on the velo parameters. That one came in at 88 miles per hour, so an upper 80s fastball, definitely strong here in the PGCBL. Let's see if he goes to it again. He does, and he gets a swing and a miss, up to 89 on the gun for strike three. He strikes out 2 batters here in a 1-2-3 top half of the third inning. Similar to the last time these two teams played, we're scoreless after 2.5 innings of play. So, back to schedule talk. Elmira tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. After going to Canada for a doubleheader on Sunday, the Muckdogs are back home Tuesday against the Buffalo Diesel at 6:30. Keeping up the Canadian theme. It is Canadian Dollar Night, so you're going to have some discounts at the stadium. Free T-shirts, discounted stuff. Come on, we could all use that. Everyone could use a little discount in their life.
And folks, for our loyal fans listening to this broadcast, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Lou Dog, as well, the in-game host, which is I will be wearing a Canada-themed suit, Canadian, red and white with the maple leaf all dripped out. Make sure you come and just have a good time at Dwyer Stadium.
And then the next day, the Muckdogs are taking on the Ironbacks again on July 2nd, just before family weekend here for all you parents of your players here for the Muckdogs. It's guaranteed win night at 6:30 p.m., which, again, another discount. You show up to the stadium.
You're guaranteed a win, which means if we don't win the game, you still get a ticket to next game.
Which, as fireworks, July 3rd, the Muckdogs take on the Niagara Falls Americans. That's, you know what, I'll talk more about that tomorrow. We can't get too ahead of ourselves as we're back for the bottom of inning number 3. But yes, if you go to the game on July 2nd, there's certainly a good chance that you will get free tickets to a fireworks show on the 3rd. So come out, watch the Muckdogs play some ball in the coming days. Walker Gleishaw throws a first pitch breaking ball, which is fouled away by Josh Thompson to open the inning. Thompson on the season has a .231 average, a .610 OPS. 7 stolen bases, though, for the second baseman. This is so some speed for sure. Thompson with 8 base on balls also. Pretty good on base by his speed. Speed, discipline, contact skills, all play hand in hand.
Yeah, especially out of that lefty batter's box, has an advantage being closer to that first base. Ichiro Suzuki was notable for his drag swing, which brought his momentum to first base, giving him an extra edge when beating out any ball in the infield.
3 balls and a strike now. Gleishaw has walked 1 batter, trying to avoid walking the first man here in the 3rd. That one misses low for ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Thompson. Again, very much a threat to potentially run now that he's on base. As Gianni DeCerbo comes to the plate, DeCerbo has a .304 average and an on-base percentage over .400 in the early going. Back on the 17th, had a busy day, went 1 for 4, had an RBI, a walk, and a stolen base against the Muckdogs. He's playing right field this evening as he takes ball 1. Still without a hit in this ball game from either side, as that one grounded to third. Inman fields, throws to second for 1, on to first. It's a double play. Nice stretch over there by Espinal. you have to wonder, he slipped a little bit if the rain on the wet turf may have contributed to that. But nonetheless, 1 ground ball, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Now 2 away for Giulisi.
Yeah, that just shows that the 2-seam for Gleishaw is really working today, able to induce his 2nd double play of the game already. Inducing soft contact, that's what 2-seamers are really supposed to do.
Yes, well said. You know, soft contact, you want people to hit him into the ground. So that's a line drive over the leaping try of Fry and into left field. So it's the first hit of the day for either side. It's a line drive single from the new man, Mark Giulisi. As there's a runner on first with 2 down now. For the 10th man, Bobby Hardy. Hardy went 1 for 3 against the Muckdogs just 3 days ago. So, some familiarity. Not against Walker Gleishaw, though, as the first pitch breaker misses outside. That one fouled back. Evens the count at 1s. Hardy on the season with a .522 on base percentage. So, kind of like what you see with Caleb Walker. Bit of a second leadoff man. He was 10th the last time these two teams played. So, seems like he's found a home in the lineup. Manning the outfield and getting on to flip things around as he fouls that one away. The count, a ball, and 2 strikes.
Right. Like we've been saying, most people think, you know, oh, you're batting 10th, you're batting 9th, like you're not a good hitter, but it's honestly the opposite. It means that you get on base. It means that the coach trusts you to get on for the big dogs at the top of the lineup.
1-2. Looks like he fouled it off of his foot, shin area. They'll do it again now. A ball and 2 strikes.
No shin guard. I know that is hurting.
That cannot feel good.
That's going to leave a bruise.
Gleishaw still looking for that 3rd out. He's really been pitching well so far. Lots to like out there.
Yes, he's been efficient. He's thrown strikes.
The 1-2. Changeup misses outside.
Yeah, we saw a little bit more of a dip on that arm slot, trying to throw off Hardy on the 1-2 pitch. Count is now even. See how Gleishaw attacks the 10-hole hitter.
Fouled away again. Hardy putting up a long AB, trying to shake up the switch pitcher Gleishaw's rhythm. Generally, he's been sitting in the lower 80s today. The 2 pitches in this AB, though, he's gotten up to 85. So dialing things up a little bit, trying to navigate out of the 3rd with this game still scoreless. That one misses outside to run the count full. Giulisi, the catcher, not the speediest guy on the squad. He'll definitely have a benefit here as he'll be released on the pitch. This is a 3-2. Misses outside for ball 4. Hardy puts together an impressive AB, turns the lineup over for Tyler Vivacqua.
Yeah, so an unfortunate walk for Gleishaw. Definitely did not want to walk the 10-hole hitter, as now one of the better Doubleday bats comes up to bat in Tyler Vivacqua.
Vivacqua with an OPS over 900 coming into play today. He did not hit in the game versus the Muckdogs, as that's a line drive in a left center field. Castrataro chasing over, but that one splits the outfielders and goes to the wall. Both runners will score. Vivacqua's charging for 3rd. The throw is not in time. It's a 2-run triple for Tyler Vivacqua, and the Doubledays strike first here this evening as they lead 2-0.
Yeah, so you could see the frustration. When Glyshaw walked Hardy, he knew that he had a dangerous hitter coming up in Vivacqua with runners on. Tried to groove in a early count two-seamer to get ahead in the count. Vivacqua had none of that and shot that ball right into the left center gap. A great piece of hitting as the Doubledays now have a 2-0 lead.
Walker Glyshaw will flip to the right side now to face Adam Sullivan. First pitch heater misses low. Vivacqua, he may have struggled on the mound, blew the save against the Muckdogs on the 24th, but he continues to be a thorn in their side as a hitter. On the 17th, he blasted a home run, had 3 ribbies as part of a 3-hit ball game in Auburn's 12-4 victory. Glyshaw has a few more ticks on the heater as a righty. The first 2 pitches have been up to 88 on the gun. So that one gets to the backstop, and Vivacqua now will score. The 3rd run of the inning for Auburn. All coming with 2 outs as they take now a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and this is the sport of baseball. Glyshaw was able to induce an early inning double play, had 2 outs. Since then has walked a batter, gave up a hit. Vivacqua came in and drove him in, and then he scores on a pass ball, and this inning has now ballooned for 3 runs for the Doubledays.
Looking to stop the bleeding. The base is now empty with 2 away. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Glyshaw to even the count at 2-2. Just misses low on the breaking ball. So the count runs full. On deck is DeCesare. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 4. Adam Sullivan, continuing what he did the last time these 2 teams played, draws a walk. He's been an on-base machine. Drew 3 walks on the 24th, already 2 in 2 ABs here tonight as DeCesare comes to the to the plate, and pitching coach Grant Bickham goes out to the mound.
Yeah, he's going to go talk to his guys, settle him down. It's been a rough inning for Glyshaw after recording 2 outs. He can't get too frustrated. He's got to stay composed, stay within himself, focus on the batter, and get some confidence.
You know, you saw a little bit of some similarities to this outing in his game versus Jamestown, where things started out so smooth, and then 2nd, 3rd inning, all of a sudden, it kind of felt like out of nowhere. Things sort of spiraled, and then they took him out. A guy with some great stuff. Looking to bear down here. First pitch breaking ball misses outside. There's a strike to even the count at once.
Glyshaw picking up his tempo, I have seen from the right side as well.
Breaking ball misses low. That one fouled off at the plate. So Glyshaw 1 pitch away from working out of this bottom of the 3rd inning. The Doubledays have 3 runs home. They've got 2 hits, both in this inning. Of course, the big blow was the 2-run, 2-out triple from Tyler Vivacqua. 2-2. That one grounded foul.
So Glyshaw has been really good today throwing the fastball, throwing the 2-seam. Hasn't really found that other out pitch so far.
Grounded to third. Inman, diving stop.
Wow.
He'll throw to first.
Get him.
In time. What a play over there by Jackson Inman. He stays with it, picks up his pitcher for a huge out, number 3, to stop the bleeding. The Doubledays strike for 3 runs on 2 hits, and they lead 3-0 as we head now to inning number 4. The inning number 4 opens up with Jackson Inman, who, Luca, just made a great play to end the bottom of the third.
And now that gives Inman a great vote of confidence coming up to the plate, knowing that he just made a great play in the field.
First pitch breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Didn't give you a chance to see his numbers on the season. There they are. They're very impressive. 340 average, 471 on base. Some pop in that bat, too. An OPS nearing 1,000. A complete hitter. Truly all that you could ask for out of a middle-of-the-order bat. He grounds that one up the middle. Fielded cleanly. The throw on to first is not in time. Inman shows off the athleticism right there and legs out an infield single. First hit of the day for the Muckdogs here to open inning number 4.
Yeah, great job by Inman to break out of the box right there. Like we've talked about, he's out of the lefty's box, so he's got a bit of an advantage on those infield hit balls. Gets on for a dangerous hitter in Mendoz.
Sean Mendoz reached on an E6. They'll throw over, check on. Jackson Inman at first. He's back well in time.
Can I just say something? I always feel like pitchers throw back to batters who got on base who they don't feel deserve to be on base. It's almost like a...
Oh, like a subconscious kind of
Yes,
thing.
and as he does it again, I saw that Hilleman was frustrated with the first base safe call. I've noticed that, where it's like, hey, man, you don't deserve to be on base. I'm going to try to get you right here.
I like that. I buy that. Mendoz, line drive. That one is down for a base hit. Runners on first and second now to open the inning on back-to-back base hits.
Yeah, Muckdogs are cooking now. Inman with an infield hit. Mendoz with a nice hit into center field for who else but Justin Espinal.
Espinal gave one a good ride to right center field in the second inning, but it hung up too long and was caught by the right fielder DeCerbo. I just want to say it's so great to have Sean Mendoz back in the lineup. He is just a pillar of consistency wherever he bats.
And I've mentioned this before, but he's also just a great guy. You know, me being Lou Dog, the in-game host, I had him yesterday go up into the crowd and grab a fan to bring down to for a promotion for our Max Pie's Best Seats in the House. Just a great guy. He loves doing stuff like that, loves the fan interaction.
There's a strike on the inside corner. We had Mendoz up in the booth, actually. He did a half inning. Or a full inning. It wasn't even a half inning. He did a full inning in the game versus the Diesel. Pleasure to have him there. Just a great all-around guy, great ball player.
Really is.
No surprise why Skip wanted him back on the squad for 2025, as the ball and a strike is the count. That one misses low. Good eye there from Espinal. Lays off a tough curveball.
The Auburn bench, Hilleman himself, very frustrated with that call. He's gotta watch himself and be careful he doesn't show up the umpire.
Those were the numbers coming into the day for Justin Espinal. A 796 OPS, an average right around 300. Of course, hit the first and only home run of the season so far for the Muckdogs. So that one misses, low and inside. Maybe that frustration culminating one ball away from loading the bases with nobody out here in inning number 4.
Yeah, Hilleman just put up a peace sign signaling that's 2 that the umpire has missed to his Doubleday bench. Got to stay within himself.
That one misses. Ball 4. You can just tell he's frustrated out there.
And he just threw up the peace sign to the umpire himself. So Hilleman getting frustrated. Muckdogs. Yeah, and the Doubledays. This makes sense why they're coming out. They gotta calm him down. Muckdogs have bases loaded with nobody out. The Doubledays don't want this to balloon into a crazy inning.
They need to settle things down right here. But a tough guy to set down in Cooper Fesh. Fesh near the team lead in average on the season, hitting 400 with a 439 on base, an 899 OPS. He started out the season, didn't start in the first few games, but produced the walk-off hit, the walk-off knock in the Muckdog game against the Tarp Skunks, the first walk-off of the summer. And since then, things have just been rolling for him, as evident by the numbers on display.
Super, super consistent from Cooper Fesh.
Hilleman kicks, fires. That breaking ball misses high and outside. The count is 1-0.
Look for some action here on this next 1-0 pitch.
Swing and a miss. The count even at once.
I will say if Hilleman gets out of this without giving up any runs, we're going to see some fire off of that mound.
He might even say something to the umpire.
I would agree.
A long way to go, though. So that one hits him, so he won't get out of the inning without allowing a run. In fact, a run is home, still no outs. The base is still loaded. It's 3-1 now with Omar Carreras coming to the plate. Carreras drew a walk his first time up to the plate. Takes a breaking ball in there for strike 1. A base hit here would tie things up. That one fouled back. The count even at once.
Yeah, and I know this is a middle season game and we're still early in this game, but this is a big at-bat for Omar, right? To get to build some confidence here. If he's able to get a knock, drive in some runs, his teammates are going to go crazy for him.
Will have to fight his way out of a hole as the 0-2 pitch. High pop to center field. Hardy charges in. He hits it off his glove. He can't make the catch. Everybody's safe. They go station to station. Mindos scores. I was ready to rule that out, number 1, but no, the inning's still alive. Still nobody out, beyond nobody alive. The inning barely has even started yet. The Muckdogs have put 2 runs across there. 1 run scores on the play, 2 so far on the inning. On the E8 as Brian Fry will now come to the plate.
I don't really have much to say. I think the center fielder for the Doubledays just miscalculated it.
First pitch to Fry is a strike. And Bobby Hardy, we've seen him make some strong defensive plays, so a good fielder. But, you know, when you're charging in like that, if you're not careful and running on the balls of your feet, it can look like the ball is dancing on you. So when he has to go into a full sprint, maybe it looks like it's dancing a little bit on him, just could not stick the glove out in time. As there's a fly ball into left center field. That one is caught by Vivacqua. Nice play ranging over for the first out. But it's an RBI, a sac fly from Fry as Espinal scores and ties this one up at 3 apiece. The Muckdogs allow 3, but answer right back here in the 4th.
It's like what we've been doing all year. We take a punch and we give back 3. Muckdogs gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, but we're right back. This is a tie ball game. Still more room to do damage as Travis Hammond is now up with 2 on.
Hammond struck out to end the 2nd inning with the bases loaded. Right here. Do a big job in giving the Muckdogs their first lead of the night. He's been showing off some pop as of late. Doubling the gap right here, I think, would be a welcome sight. There's a swing and a miss.
Yeah. Look for, if there's any front door slider that gets too much plate, look for Hammond to pull it into left field. That's where I've seen a lot of his power in that, the power in his swing.
1-1 is cut on and missed. The count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Cold strike 3. Paints it in a beauty at 89 miles per hour. Hilleman sets down Hammond for a big out number 2. Runner still at first and second.
That was Hilleman's best pitch of the game so far. Got the fastball up to 89. Absolutely painted it on the outside corner to get Hammond looking.
Caleb Walker trying to come through with a 2-out hit. With the frustration Hilleman has already expressed, that would be extremely deflating for him. First pitch is fouled away, third base side. Again, with essentially no foul ground here. Anything popped up foul, most likely will reach the seats.
It's a bit chilly. It's gotten a bit chilly, especially with the rain and the not a lot of sun out today.
It's definitely warm this morning, but the clouds have made it a cool night as Walker grounds that one outside of first. A base hit would certainly not help Hilleman cool down.
No,
I think
a base hit here, if you're Hilleman, you started being super frustrated. You've gotten some outs. You've given up 3 runs, but you've gotten some outs. You're keeping it manageable. If Walker were to get a hit here, that would absolutely take away any momentum that he's grabbed back.
Ready with the 0-2. He kicks and fires. Called strike 3. He dots another heater, this one at 88 miles per hour. He strikes out Hammond and Walker to prevent further trouble, but not before the Muckdogs get their first 2 hits of the ballgame. And a strike for 3 runs. We're all tied up at 3 apiece. now through 3.5 innings of play here this evening. Nick Izzo opened up the second inning. He'll open up the fourth now. The Doubledays went to the fourth inning, up by 3 runs. They come back to the plate now. In a tie game once again, both teams answer each other back. That's been the theme. In the last 2 games they played, one scores, the other bounces back. 2 tight contests. Looks like we might get that second one tonight if things go the way they've been going so far, as Walker Glacier gets a swing and a miss. He quickly is ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Doubleday order. Izzo, Colson Thompson, and Alex Vasquez. There's a line drive into center. Hammond is there, though, to make the catch for out number 1.
I don't know if I've ever seen a center fielder so casual.
I've got one. Trent Grisham.
Oh, we are both, me and Nikita are both Yankees fans. I guess I haven't watched enough games to realize. Is he really more casual than?
Oh, yeah, Trent Grisham will catch the ball. You know, me and my mom, if my mom's watching, thank you so much for listening.
Hello.
She always jokes about how he makes her nervous.
Yeah.
Because he catches the ball so low to the ground. He's sort of,
but
relaxed.
You know, that's a part of their game. That's a part of their what's the right word? Their personality. If Hammond were to be less casual, he wouldn't be himself. I believe that's the same thing with Grisham.
I'll tell you, though, Travis Hammond does not make me nervous in center field. If a ball is hit in his general direction, I'm kind of assuming he's going to make the play. That's just the type of athlete and defender he is out there. Walker ahead, a ball and 2 strikes on Colson Thompson. He's flipped back to the left side. Looks like he's continuing that trend we saw versus Jamestown, where if he gets into trouble, he'll switch to the right side. But aside from that, as a lefty, that's a line shot into right center field. That's going to get down. Hammond slides over but can't cut it off. It will roll to the wall. A double for Colson Thompson. That one smoked for a 2-bagger with 1 down.
Yeah, that's a great piece of hitting right there, Thompson, in a 2-strike count. Able to do a little bit of an inside-out swing. Drive that ball into the right center gap. Doubleday's got a man running in, with a man in run. Oh, my, I cannot speak. A runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Alex Vasquez with 6 ribbies on the season, looking for number 7. It was the bottom half of the Doubleday order which really caused the most damage. Vasquez, one of those guys, had a ribby versus the Muckdogs back on the 24th. A chance to give the team the lead. Looking out there, I believe it's raining out on the field. We're, of course, protected but trying to look through that net. Looks like some droplets.
Yeah, and like we've stated before, it's been kind of raining all day. Something nice about this Auburn stadium is the turf.
Yes, so won't really be all that much of a factor.
And I wanted to ask you this earlier. Are you a turf or a real grass kind of guy?
I'd say that I prefer the real grass, but the turf, it plays true. And I think today you won't see as many errors in the field because of that. It's much easier as a first baseman. There is a strike.
I'm guessing that is coming from experience in
Yes.
your high school days.
Didn't play on a whole lot of turf fields. I'll tell you, though, the dirt field's not the best.
Not the best.
There's rocks out there. These guys, though,
You got
they
dirt flying up in your face.
brings me back. Glacier home with the 2-1. That one fouled first base side out of play to even the count.
I would say I'm a real grass guy as well. I haven't played baseball in a long time though. So as far as real world experience playing on either, I am not the guy.
That one bounces low. Nice block by Fesh behind the dish. One thing I just noticed, not really noticed, I just thought of is normally we've seen two catchers starting in every game. Of course, one behind the plate.
And one at
two of the
DH
three.
or extra hitter.
Tonight, though, just Fesh in the lineup. It's that one. Skied towards the Muckdog clubhouse.
I will say this is probably the speediest lineup I think possible for our squad.
Yes, I think that's a good point. I mean, you look top to bottom. Guys with the least formidable wheels in every spot in the line.
Every single spot.
But more often than not, legit stolen base threats. It's the full count pitch to Vasquez. It's a cold strike 3. Vasquez was ready to walk to first. He'd already tossed the bat, but it's ruled strike 3. It's a big second out for Walker Glacier, as Josh Thompson will come to the plate.
Yeah, that was a looping slider that got the outside part of the plate. Honestly, a great pitch from Gleishaw to get the 3-2 looking K.
Now brings up the left-on-left matchup with the second baseman Thompson. He drew a walk in the third inning. That one gets by Fesh. It goes to the backstop. So Colson Thompson moves to third. Josh Thompson is at the plate trying to bring the man home.
Are they related?
You know, I'd have to dive a little deeper on that one. I do not believe so. I'd have to get just looking. Colson Thompson from Meridian, Missouri. Josh Thompson from Ringo's, New Jersey.
Probably
I
not.
think pretty unlikely. It could be cousins.
Long lost brothers.
The 1-0 is a strike. The 1-1 pitch misses high. Glacier maybe will be a little more hesitant with that breaking ball. If the same thing happens that just did a few pitches ago. That tie is broken. We've already seen a run come home on a wild pitch. So that one misses, this time low. Thompson ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Outside for ball 4. A 2-out walk, second of the day for Thompson. And now runners around the corners with 2 down.
And we have an arm change, I believe. Nope. Sorry, I'm just always looking for it.
Always on your toes. Gianni DeCerbo, the big shot. The Doubledays last inning scored all 3 of their runs with 2 outs. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal if you're Gleishaw and the Muckdog defense. I'll check in on Thompson at first. Gleishaw with a long look home. That one misses for ball 1. I think they're expecting a steal of second base. Thompson with 7 stolen bags on the season. Colson Thompson at third. If they throw through, especially in the rain with these conditions, I'd imagine he's going to make a break for home. Because that one misses outside.
I would agree with you, especially you don't know. Ball might be a little bit slippery. Many things can happen with a throw down to second with a runner on third.
Fly ball, right field. Horton is under it. He makes the catch and retires the side. So the Doubledays threaten for another 2-out rally, but Gleishaw holds them. And after 4 innings of play here tonight, it's a 3-3 ball game. The Batavia Muckdogs could not operate without our sponsors. While we have a moment, I'll shine a light on the incredible sponsors which power Muckdogs baseball. A huge thank you to Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Bourbon and Burger, Brighton Security, Bully Hill, Casella Waste, Dave's Ice Cream, Eli Fish Brewing, Ficarella's Pizza, Genesee Community College, Genesee Lumber, Ken Barrett Chevrolet, Max Pies Furniture, Oakwood Hills, Skyworks, Tompkins Bank, Turnbull Heating and Air, Tully's, UR Wilmot, Rochester Regional Health, Wright Beverage, Zoom Fitness, Allegheny Farm Services, Arc of Genesee Orleans, Ashley Furniture, Batavia Foot Care Center, Best Choice Heating and Air, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Bright Path Kids, Burger King, Salino Plumbing, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Eagle Star Housing, Easttown Beverage, Everdry Waterproofing, Farm Credit East, Farrell Gas, Frank's Call Mr. Plumber, Freed Maxick, Geico, Genesee County Chamber, Glow Regional Waste, Go Health, Graham Corporation, Healthy Families Wyoming, and the Genesee Partnership, Horizon Health Services, HP Hood, ICAC, J. Leonard McAndrew Funeral Home, Land Pro, Leaf Guard, Liberty Pumps, Luce J. Lang & Sons, Empower Agency, Massive Testing, the Mental Health Association of Genesee and Orleans, Myers RV, Mogaveros Automotive, the National Guard, the New York State, School for the Blind, Oak Orchard Health, Owatka Milk Products, Overheard Door, P&CG, Pellegrino Auto Sales, Perry Veterinary Clinic. I'll hold as Brendan Hilleman is just about ready. First pitch to Braden Horton. Misses for ball 1.
You've got your money's worth with those advertisements.
And after this 1-0, I'm going to get the full money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
For closing this thing out.
Of course.
It's that one, taken for strike 1. Stan's Harley-Davidson, Stop DWI, Suburban Propane, TF Browns, Toyota of Batavia, Trevor R. Rowley, State Farm, TVFC, and the United States Gypsum Company. Thank you so much to our sponsors, as Braden Horton is even in the count. A ball and a strike. He misses that one outside. Horton today, without a hit, a flyout and a ground out. There's a high fly ball into right center field. DeCerbo over. He'll make the catch. 4 out number 1. Seems like so far the rain hasn't really had an impact. You always wonder how the pitchers will handle it with that impaired grip on the mound.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of control issues from both sides, but nothing too
glaring. I actually think, game's 3-3, and, we just started the 5th, but I actually really feel like both pitchers have pitched strong today.
I agree. First pitch heaters inside on Tyler Castrotaro. Looking to make contact. He struck out the first time 2 times he's come to the plate today. That may be the case for now, but you're not going to hold Castrotaro down for long.
You can't count him out.
He fouls that pitch away to even the count at once. There's a line drive, center field. That one's going to dunk in for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there from Tyler Castrotaro. And a man is on with 1 away here in inning number 5.
That just shows the kind of hitter Tyler Castrotaro is. The first 2 ABs, he had fastballs blown by him multiple times. That's where he got the strikeouts from. But even though in his third AB is not selling out for that fastball, able to stay on that curveball and just shoot that into center. And now he's on base with Jackson Inman in the box.
Inman is 1 for 2, a flyout and a single on the day. First pitch to him, popped up. A few steps onto the outfield grass. The call and the catch is made by Sullivan. So 2 quick outs here in the top of inning number 5. Brendan Hillman ran into a little bit of trouble last inning, but, I mean, outside of that, it's really been pretty smooth for him. Not a whole lot of hard contact allowed. Sean Mendas had a base hit his last time up. Always a tough out. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. You know, I believe one of the contributing factors to just one of the 3 catchers being in the lineup is the return of Sean Mendas. When he went down, so throwback at first, check on Castrotaro. When Mendas went down, Braden Horton hadn't arrived yet, so it's just another mouth to feed in the lineup. Now, for the first time, you're seeing Mendas and Horton, 2 outfielders in the lineup at the same time. So the runner goes for second. The throw down is not in time. But it is. So the throw is not in time. But Castrotaro, they ruled, lost his connection with the bag. They say he's separated. He was off. And while he was off, the tag was made by Colson. Josh Thompson at second base. He held that tag on. So Castrotaro is caught stealing for out number 3. And halfway through this one already. It's a 3-3 ball game as we head now to the bottom of inning number 5.
Hey, I bet you're a good catcher of donuts in your mouth.
Hey! Don't chop at it. It's not a sword.
You're not a sword.
Come on. Strike 2!
Oh, that's ugly, man. Strike out, video boy!
Come on now.
Strike 3!
I caught it. You're out.
But I ticked it. It hit the bat.
You're still out.
You're still fat.
Mark Gialusi will open up the bottom of the 5th. Gialusi just joined the Doubledays. He's been around for just a few days. But a guy who's been around the block. He's attended for baseball, Virginia, Rutgers, and now Villanova. So 3 big-name schools. He singled first time up versus Walker Glaishaw. Glaishaw now pitching from the right side. That one is fouled away.
Yeah, smart from Glyshaw to switch from lefty to righty here, as Gianluci loves to crowd the plate. He stands very, very close. Makes it a tough AB against a righty.
There's a line drive into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Hammond fields. He's going for second. The throw is offline. So Gianluci has a double. Didn't look really like a double off the bat, but he was thinking 2 out of the box and fulfills his hope as a man is in scoring position to open up the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, that's a great piece of hitting from Gianluci right there. Got an off speed on the outer half, shoots it into right center, and from the gate was looking for 2, putting the pressure on Travis Hammond to make a good throw. The throw was a little bit offline, and Lucy able to get a double.
The bunt is put down by Hardy, but
ruled foul.
He ruled it foul. I'm not sure what he's saying.
I almost think it bounced off the plate.
Well, that's a fair ball. If he's saying he ruled it off the plate, then that's a bad call.
I don't understand what's going on.
You know, in umpiring school back in the day, that was actually one of the first things they taught us. You know, a lot of people will think if a ball hits the plate, it's foul, but actually it's the start of fair territory. You just don't really see many balls end up on home.
Right.
There's no balls and a strike. Let's see if Hardy squares again. Espinal is way in at first. Hardy does not lay it down right there and takes a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Inman and Espinal will both back up.
Right, as with 2 strikes, a bunt foul is a K.
So that would be risky. Don't imagine in the 5th inning, with nobody out, they'd do something like that. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Fouled away. They'll do it again.
Yeah, Glyshaw, such an interesting pitcher because from that lefty arm slot, that big curveball we just saw isn't possible. So righty, his mix is much different. We saw a few ticks go up on his fastball, and he's able to throw that big curveball as well.
Grounded to first. Espinal dives, but it's through for a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Gianluci. Bobby Hardy is tagged out. Wow, how about that? So it's an RBI single anyway. But Bobby Hardy was off the base, clapping into the dugout, celebrating with his teammates. Braden Horton threw it to Justin Espinal, who was behind him. He crept up, ran, and tagged him before Hardy could get back to the bag. So a mental mistake for out number 1. Nonetheless, it is a ribby. It puts the Doubledays out in front, but I think he'll hear from his coaches about that one.
You really got it. You got it right on it. Couldn't have said it better myself. He will definitely be hearing that from his coaches after the game. Not something you see very often in baseball, but something that is obviously very possible, as that ball is live all the time.
A few memories crept into my head. Again.
Have you had that happen to you before, Nikita?
No, it has not happened to me.
Okay.
I do have a moment which I hold close, which hurts. I believe it was Jurickson Profar. I'm going way back. This is the 2017 World Baseball Classic. The Netherlands in the semifinal, a game that they ultimately lost on a walk-off to Puerto Rico. I'm really showing off my weird memory of baseball.
No, this is good. This is good.
An RBI single. He's celebrating with his teammates. As that one, breaking ball, hits Vivacqua, and he crumples down in pain. Not what you like to see.
He looks extremely in pain right now. Vivacqua must have hit him just right on the wrong spot on that elbow. He has a guard there as well, as maybe Vivacqua has been recently dealing with an elbow issue. And, you know, even though that was a curveball, folks, that's still really, really going to hurt.
It's never going to feel good to get hit by a baseball. Vivacqua has been huge for the Doubledays today. Hit a 2-out, 2-run triple in the third inning. That opened up the scoring this evening. He then scored on a wild pitch. You hope that everything is okay with the switch-hitting left fielder. Shaking things out, you wonder maybe if he got hit on the funny bone.
Yeah, I think he did. Nice to see him get up and see that he's okay.
So Adam Sullivan will come to the plate. Anyways, that story, Jerks and Profar got thrown out in a game that the Netherlands was eventually eliminated from the tournament. And my dad is from the Netherlands, so I always a team, that's always the team that I really root for. So just a sad memory for myself.
Yes.
It brought me back.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Luca. The first pitch is up and outside.
Jerks and Profar, if fans who've been listening to these recent broadcasts, I love a great name, great baseball name, and that is an all-timer for me. Such a unique name.
That one misses again. Similar location. The count, 2 balls and no strikes on Sullivan, who already has drawn 2 walks today. An 0 for 0 day. This is his 3rd plate appearance. He swings there and flies it into left. Castrataro drifting back towards the wall. He makes the catch as he walks onto the warning track. Didn't think that one would travel quite as far as it did.
Yeah, that ball carried a ton, and Castrataro made that play look easy, but like I just said, the ball was carrying a lot more than I think anybody in the stadium thought it would. Great job by Castrataro to track it, keep it in his line of sight as he makes the grab.
Just looking out at the American flag out in left center, it's moving a bit, waving around. I think the wind maybe took that one. The rain is really coming down pretty hard. That only adds to the degree of difficulty of that catch. It's a ball and no strikes on DeCesare. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Breaking ball misses outside. I have to wonder if the rain is hurting Gleichau's grip on the ball. That one misses for ball 4.
Yeah, and he's rubbing his fingers together, and as you can see, he just threw that ball back, not liking the grip at all. That rain, like we said earlier, will definitely affect pitchers' grips on the baseballs today.
And that will be all for Walker Gleichau as Skip Martinez walks out to the mound, motions to the pen. It'll be the lefty Evan Hollinsworth in the game as we return. So Gleichau has a strong day on the mound, a good bounce back from his performance against the Tarp Skunks, get the bad taste out of his mouth. He'll exit after 4.2 innings. We'll let Evan Hollinsworth warm up. We'll be back as he tries to escape a jam. Evan Hollingsworth is thrown into a pretty big situation. Strong numbers on the season. This is his 8th game. He's gone 11.1 innings, a 4.76 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 9 walks. He'll face Nick Izzo, the cleanup man, with 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. Hollingsworth tossed 1 inning versus Jamestown on the 23rd. He allowed 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. Allowed 2 hits, struck out 2 batters, did not walk anyone. As he misses down and outside with the breaking ball. The Doubledays lead 4-3 here on the bottom of inning number 5. Fouled back, and Hollingsworth a pitch away from getting out of the inning.
You know, something you never have to worry about with Hollingsworth is throwing strikes. I always feel like when he comes in, if baseball is such a sport, you have no idea what's going to happen at any point. But I know that Evans Hollingsworth is going to throw strikes.
And it's so valuable because hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. If you can continue to challenge guys more often than not, they're not going to beat you. So that breaking ball is
Great
a
pitch.
beauty. Backdoor spotted to perfection. He sits down Nick Izzo, the first batter he faces, and leaves 2 runners stranded. The Doubledays strike. They take the lead, but they score just 1 run. As we're headed to the 6th inning this evening, it's 4-3 Auburn. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Muckdog order, who will face off against Brennan Hilleman, still in the bump here for the 6th. He's been pretty consistently a guy who gives length. He's made 5 appearances, pitched 24 innings. That was coming into today. Now his 6th appearance, 29. So coming into the game, a little quick math, averaging about 5 innings per outing. Well, one of his outings was not a start. First pitch, a high pop, drifting out. Sullivan makes the catch for out number 1. Mindas is retired, as Espinal will come to the plate.
Yeah, Hilleman getting into a bit of a groove here. He had that troublesome 4th inning, but in the 5th, he was super solid, not a lot of stress, and a good start for the Doubleday pitcher now, top of the 6th.
He's been proven that he can go deep. You don't see a whole lot of that in the PGCBL, but 7 innings last time he faced the Muckdogs. If he keeps pitching like this, hard to imagine they'll have an early leash. First pitch to Espinal, slow roller to first. Fielded cleanly, stepping on the bag is Izzo. Actually, though, they're going to have a conference. to see if that is ruled a foul ball. Initially, my reaction, I thought it hit off of
I would have agreed.
body.
Just the bounce that from the ball. Okay.
But they ruled that it was a ground out. And that was a fair ball. I really thought, the way that ball spun, I thought it hit him, but I didn't have a great vantage point on that. The umpires, a better view than myself, so that's out number 2, as Cooper Fesh will come to the plate. First pitch swinging. Messes with the netting a little bit as he smokes it straight back. It shakes around a little bit on impact. Fesh was hit by a pitch, and with the bases juiced, that gave him an RBI. That was back in the 4th inning. It put the Muckdogs on the scoreboard. Ever since then, though, it's been all Brandon Hilleman on the mound.
Probably the worst feeling RBI Fesh had all year.
I'd say that's fair to say. First pitch, popped foul. Third base side out of play. Something funny that I just noticed. If you look out on the scoreboard, it says Cooper Fresh.
I just now noticed that too. that is funny.
I think that could be a good nickname for him.
Yeah, Cooper Fresh Fesh. I wonder if I don't even know. I don't think that's on purpose.
I don't think so either. As here comes the 1-2. Popped up. Again, Sullivan is there. He'll make the catch. His second pop out of the inning. Second put out on a pop out. And a 1-2-3 6th for Hilleman. We head now to the bottom of the 6th. We played 5.5. The Doubledays lead 4-3. Our incredible sponsors make Batavia Muckdog Baseball possible. I'd like to give a special shout out to some of the sponsors which fuel your Muck Dogs. A huge thank you to Batavia Downs, Brighton Security, Bully Hill, Casella Waste, Eli Fish Brewing, Genesee Community College, Genesee Lumber, Skyworks, Tompkins Bank, Turnbull Heating and Air, UR Wilmot, Rochester Regional Health, Wright Beverage, Geico, Graham Corporation, HP Hood, Liberty Pumps, and Owatka Milk. Thank you for all of your support of our Batavia Muckdogs. Evan Hollinsworth still on the mound for the bottom of the 6th inning. He'll face Colson Thompson to open this one up. He smoked a double into the right center field gap his last time up. That, of course, came versus Walker Glaishaw. Hollinsworth came in, escaped trouble in the bottom of the 5th, setting down Nick Izzo via the K. That one misses inside again. So 2 balls and no strikes on Thompson. Grounded to third in midfield, so make the throw across the diamond. In time, Espinal with a nice stretch at first. They sit down Thompson for out number 1.
Yeah, Espinal's been strong at first base today. Another guy who can kind of plug and place in a few different spots. Really nice stretch there to get the first out of the inning.
Alex Vasquez comes to the plate. First pitch is a strike. No balls and a strike the count. That one is a strike, and Hollinsworth working quickly. As you said, he's throwing strikes and getting outs.
That's, Death, Taxes, and Evan Hollinsworth throwing strikes.
I like that.
Yeah. It's just the truth.
That one misses outside. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Hollinsworth ready. He'll kick that one. A breaking ball fouled off at the plate. They'll do it again on a ball and 2 strikes. Vasquez still looking for his first hit of the day. He's got a pop out and a strikeout. That one way up and outside. I think the rain definitely has an impact right there.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, you don't really see that too often, especially from a pitcher with Hollinsworth control. The rain definitely having an effect on pitcher grips today.
Here comes the 2-2. Fouled back. Vasquez making himself a tough out.
And that's exactly what you have to do if you're Vasquez. Hollinsworth has come in. He's obviously throwing strikes, trying to work quick, trying to move through these batters quick. Vasquez sticking in with this AB, prolonging it, hoping to get on base.
Again, seems like when he's missing with the heater, it's generally been up and outside, as the count is now full on Alex Vasquez. Grounded. Back to the mound. Hollinsworth fields. He throws to first. In time. It was a touch high, but Justin Espinal stayed with it to secure out number 2. A lot of times when you see pitchers come off the mound to make plays, some guys, they just can't do it. There's some great fielders out there, but it can be sort of a dicey area, which makes you hold your breath. Hollinsworth, especially in the rain, picking up a wet baseball, not the easiest play to make, but an accurate enough throw for a big target in Justin Espinal. And now they're 2 down for Josh Thompson, who has drawn 2 walks today, 0 for 0. There's a strike, outside corner.
Just to give a shout out to our catcher, Cooper Fesh. A great frame right there. Something that is more valuable than people think.
Breaking ball misses up and inside.
To speak on framing, I've read that robo umpires, robot umpires will be coming to the major leagues very soon as the 2-1 pitch is coming down.
Grounded foul, so the count now even at 2s.
How do you feel about robo umpires? How do you feel that takes away the art of framing as a catcher, right? If you can't steal, in quotations, a strike, you can't steal a strike from a robot.
I think it's tough because on the one hand, you want the game to be as accurate and as true as possible. As that one grounded to Caleb Walker. He fields cleanly, throws to first in time to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Evan Hollinsworth. He's coming and been brilliant as he sends this game to inning number 7. The Doubledays lead 4-3. When we return, we'll continue that robo-ump conversation as a brief sneak peek. Brendan Hillman is still out there.
My dude Josh Petrosky, 716 Hurt, best team around. Great day to have a great day. I've heard you're the biggest troll on the team, so I got to get you. Oh, these guys are called the Muckdogs too? That's sick. What's up, what's up? How you doing today? Living the dream. You have one arm to throw with. He's got 2. This is going to be so fun to watch. I'm excited. Probably a little easier when the batter's in the box and not behind a fence. Yeah, the only thing I'm really seeing, like the ones you're leaving out, you're just pulling that glove early and letting that arm get long and draggy out there. You know, I never thought I'd say it'd be a bad day to be an American, but given the context that we're playing the Americans, bad day to be an American. I got to learn how to handle you. That's why, like, a big thing is letting you do you, because I've never had a switch pitcher. So, oh, now he's going to do it with his other arm. What a talented specimen of a human. Ooh, saucy. Love that. Slide step, fuzz piece at the knees. Banana bread at work, dude. Attack, no walks, make them hit.
As I mentioned, Brendan Hilleman is still on the mound. Omar Carreras will lead off the 7th inning. As, again, Luca, just to touch back on our robo-ump conversation, I think it's tough because the last 5 years or so have seen a complete shift and focus towards framing and how important that is. That's the number one things teams care about in their catchers. So to take that away, it makes catcher, of course it's still an important position, but for one, so many pitching decisions are made from the dugout now. So that's part of the catcher's game that's kind of been taken away. If you take away framing, then, I mean, guys who've made a living by being good defensive catchers, they're going to become obsolete. It's just the reality.
Some guys will be out of jobs.
Yes.
No question. No question. It'll become more of a, you know, catchers aren't really known for this, but more of an offensive, oriented position.
So
you'll be seeing more Gary Sanchez's compared to Austin Hedges's.
Yeah, a guy like Austin Hedges, I mean, I can't imagine him continuing to get a job. Or another guy, Luke Maley.
Okay.
Luke Maley, not in the league anymore, but was kind of a legend of not being all that great of a hitter, but a heck of a defensive catcher. As Omar Carreras leaves that heater up high for ball 2.
So, robo-umps or stick with the humans?
I think I say robo-umps. I think it's worth the added accuracy.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
And
I believe this for any sport, unless you're tennis. Well, even tennis has a human umpire as well. I think the human element of error is just a part of sport.
I think that's totally fair. I really have no issue with that take. As Omar Carreras reaches base safely for the second time today with his second walk of the day. First man on for Brian Fry. That's not one of those things that I am particularly strong, like it has to be this way, it has to be that way.
Right.
I completely understand both sides of the coin. It'll be interesting to see, because I think
the game has changed forever if that is the switch that we go to.
100%. Fry flashes bunt and gets it down. Hilleman fields cleanly, throws to first in time to record the out. Omar Carreras advances to second base.
Yeah, that's some good baseball on display. Brian Fry on a lower pitch, still able to get a decent bunt down, able to move Omar over, and a great job by Brendan Hillman to get to that ball, turn, and fire with an accurate throw to get Fry out.
And again, that wet turf just adds another degree of difficulty to it that we don't really see watching the game at home, or in our case, the press box. Travis Hammond comes to the plate and takes the first pitch high. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing a bunt from Hammond here. Of course,
I agree, especially with his speed. We could get a runner over to third, make it a tough play on whoever picks up that ball in the infield.
It's not in the sense of a sacrifice, but yeah, put a little pressure on him with the wet baseball. A speedy guy is not happy with that one. He's been pretty consistent, I'll say. That one maybe a few inches off the plate, but that's been called for both sides.
I actually completely agree. It has been consistent. It has been for both sides, and even though it may be off the plate a few inches, if it's consistent,
you can live with it.
It's all you can ask for, and you can live with it.
Hilleman will fake back to second, keep Carreras honest before coming home with the 1-1. Called strike. Painted. Hammond again. You can see he's not elated with those calls on the outside part.
Hammond has great body language in the box whenever he's up at the plate. You can really tell. You can tell how he's thinking out there.
Now he'll have to protect. Down 1-2 in the count. Ready to battle the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hilleman dials it up to 87. He's still pumping here in the 7th. He sets down Hammond for out number 2. That was the 7th strikeout on the day for Hilleman. The guy who he struck out twice, Caleb Walker, trying to avoid going via the K for the 3rd time. First pitch, he swings and fouls it away.
Yeah, it might seem like Hillman is in this groove, and he really is, and he's been dominating in these past few innings, but he's not out of it. Caleb Walker at the plate, always due for a hit, especially with a man like Omar on second with that lead. We have some speed, a knock here, and we have a tie game.
There's a strike on the inside corner. A brilliant pitch as the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Up high. Do you think this is it for Hilleman?
Do I think this is it? I'm the coach. Obviously, I don't know his pitch count. If he gets out of it right here, I would let him go until we get trouble next inning. A quick leash in that next inning, but I'd let him go, try to get, 1, 2 more outs. I'm a little old-fashioned in the sense that I like for starters to keep going. I think there's a reason why he's your starting pitcher. There's a reason why you let him go out there and get outs for multiple innings.
Caleb Walker, staying resilient, fouls that one back. They'll do it again on 2-2.
How do you feel?
I would understand both ways because you don't know if the guy you call on in the bullpen is going to be feeling it that day. But, of course, the top of the lineup coming up again. They get to see him another time. A lot of talented bats. A guy's dealing until he's not, and it's hard to predict that. That's Walker. fouls that one off, but couldn't quite see. I thought that one drilled him right on the foot shin area. He doesn't seem to be in too much pain, though. I'm glad to see that.
No, he's a tough guy. I'm not worried about Caleb Walker at all.
So they'll do it again on 2-2, the seventh pitch coming home. Fouled back. Caleb Walker. A tough out.
Yeah, Walker doesn't want to go down by that fastball. Was fouled off with 2 tough ones. Hilleman was up to 89 on that last pitch.
Still feeling it out there, the 2-2. Breaking ball almost. Drops in from the sky, but it stays high and runs the count full.
Yeah, that's a 17-mile-per-hour difference from fastball to curveball. A great take from Caleb Walker right there.
On deck is the top of the order and Braden Horton. Hilleman doesn't want to lose Walker right here. But he does. Ball 4 outside. Hilleman did a little kick right there, sort of kicked his leg up to express his frustration.
Yeah, he's been very expressive today on the mound. Thought he had the inning right there. Not so fast, as a very dangerous hitter is now up to the plate in Braden Horton. Similar to Gleishaw in the 3rd inning, when Vivacqua came up and drove in, a 2-out walk. And now a really good hitter comes up to the plate.
Leadoff walks and walks to the bottom of the order.
Killer.
Usually come around to bite you.
Killer.
Although we say bottom of the order, Caleb Walker has been
really
swinging one of the best bats in the lineup. So
right, that extra leadoff hitter in Caleb Walker.
First pitch is fouled back. Two men on, 2 outs, top 7. The Muckdogs down by 1. That pitch misses. A touch outside to even the count at once. This you can circle if we had a win probability graph or something like that.
Yes.
This moment right here really goes a long way towards deciding the game. Whichever side it goes their way, you'll see a massive spike. The pitch to Horton is low. The count now 2-1.
Horton doing a good job showing off that eye in this at-bat. He's put himself in a good hitter's count. Look to see some action on this next pitch.
Before the pitch,
they can sense it.
Talking things over with Hilleman, a lefty up in the Doubleday bullpen. Now a visit out on the mound. I think this is going to be his last hitter, if I had to guess. With
how this inning has ended and how it will finish, I would agree. I think I'm on your side now.
Horton up, Castrotaro on deck. The Muckdogs down by 1 run. The tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. Some speed on the bags with Omar Carreras and Caleb Walker at their respective bases. So a single will score a run, a double will score 2. Horton has 6 ribbies on the season. Looking to produce some more. As he lines that one back up the middle, it's a base hit. They're waving home Carreras. He will score. Hardy throws it into the cutoff. Horton going for 2. He'll get tagged out. A savvy play, throwing to the cutoff man. Sticking with the play, it was Josh Thompson.
Tie ball game.
Behind. So it's a tie game. on the RBI single from Braden Horton. And after 6.5 innings of play, we've hit the 7th inning stretch. And this one, all knotted up. Looks like we are going to get another crazy finish
Yes,
like we
are.
did a few days ago. And Muckdog fans, taking a look at the upcoming schedule, they take on the Elmira Pioneers for free t-shirt night tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. And on the 1st, the Muckdogs, that'll be next Tuesday, take on the Buffalo Diesel at 6:30 p.m. for Canadian Dollar Night. And July 2nd, they take on the Ironbacks for Guaranteed Win Night. That game against the Ironbacks just before a 3-game stretch against the Americans.
A great string of home games for Muckdogs fans. Make sure to call 585-524-2260 for tickets. That is 585-524-2260. Come see Lou Dog. Come have a great time.
A number so nice, you got to say it twice. I recommend you should even call it thrice. Get yourself tickets 3 times.
Why
For
not?
the rest of the summer.
Why not?
Evan Hollinsworth will face the bottom of the Doubleday order, 8, 9, and 10, starting with Gianni DeCerbo. He's set down the first 4 batters he's faced after coming into the game in order, but misses with the first 2 pitches here to fall behind 2-0. Has not pitched in any situation other than a deficit. Came in when the Doubledays were up 4-3. Thanks to that Braden Horton RBI single, the game now is tied at 4s. It'll be interesting to see if these teams resort to small ball or if the bats will come alive in the late innings.
Well, one thing I will say about our Muckdogs is we like to utilize the small ball. In any situation where a bunt is the right play, Skip sends it down. You know, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's become more of a niche thing in the pros to use small ball, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
I think it's an interesting question. Here is one stance. I think it kind of goes back to a similar point as contact as that breaking ball misses low and outside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Gianni DeCerbo. I think the bunt makes more sense here than it does in the pros because in Major League Baseball, if you're laying down a bunt, you're pretty much guaranteeing that you're giving up an out. But here, you're putting pressure on the defense.
Correct.
And that pressure
Can
leads to results. We've seen it happen
Yes.
plenty of times.
Yes.
We saw it. In fact, the last time these two teams played in the bottom of the 9th, a bunt was not fielded cleanly by the pitcher Tyler Vivacqua, and we saw how that ended up. So here, I like the bunts. I like, especially on a wet day like today, I like putting that pressure on. Mark Gialisi having a good day at the plate, 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Hollinsworth, after walking DeCerbo to start the inning, struggling to find the strike zone right here. There's a strike. Outside corner.
Yeah. Yep. We'll take it.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Breaking ball. They're saying. Initially, they were saying hit him, so now they're going to throw back to first. Let's see what they end up ruling. They're ruling him safe because the pitch was in the dirt. Gialusi sold like he was hit by the pitch, so he started walking down to first. DeCerbo started to go for second because he thought it was a hit by pitch.
See, now, if the umpire called time to, I guess.
Skip Martinez pleading his case, talking things over with the umpires. I think here it's kind of a tough spot.
Yeah, I think it's the right call to, because the umpire's trying to make the correct call. He went out onto the field, put his hands out, saying, hey,
having a meeting.
Right, like.
So it's 3 balls and a strike. On Gialusi. Now they're saying that it's a 2-1 count.
Which respectfully doesn't make any sense.
That was ball 3, that pitch in the dirt, which with the controversy.
Okay, so.
Was ball 3, so
just threw up
there we go.
throw.
They flash 3 balls, 1 strike. The drama subsides. Gialusi looking to give the Doubledays the lead. Hollinsworth fires one that's fouled back to the screen. They'll do it again. Now, in a full count.
This is a big pitch for Hollinsworth here. Doesn't want to walk another guy. Put 2 runners on for the Doubledays. Look for some action on this pitch.
The payoff on its way. Hollinsworth looks over to first. Pitch is outside for ball 4. Back-to-back base runners on back-to-back walks to open the Doubleday half of the 7th inning as Bobby Hardy comes to the plate with an opportunity to do some damage. We've talked about the bunt. I think this is the moment where a bunt is going to come.
I like that. I think that makes sense as pitching coach Grant Bickham is heading out to talk to his pitcher.
While they have a chat, we'll step aside for a brief moment. We're back. Just a brief meeting. Action in the bullpen. It's another left-hander in Jake Sliz warming up. Hollinsworth ready. Justin Espinal is way in over there at first base. Hardy indeed bunts and sends it way up, away, and foul for strike 1. You know what Justin Espinal playing so close in reminds me of?
What?
Anthony Rizzo.
Yes. Yes. That's
He is fearless. I mean, he's about 50 feet away. So that one bunches to
That's a
third.
great bunt.
Beautifully executed. Hollinsworth glove flips. It goes over Inman's head. A run will score. Everyone moves up. Runners on second and third. The Doubledays lead 5-4. Hollinsworth tried to make a play. It just was not there.
That's just a great, great bunt from Bobby Hardy right there. Hollinsworth trying to make a hero play, trying to flip the ball with his glove to third. Never really had a chance. Unfortunately, gets over Inman's head, so a run scores. As I believe we have a pitching change.
That'll be it. A new pitcher will be into the game. Also, a new hitter. Sam Mayer will pinch hit for Tyler Vivacqua. initially Jake Sliz went in. Now it goes back out into the pen. They're going to call on a different arm. Can't quite tell yet who the new pitcher will be. We'll let you know when we have certainty. I believe it's Cole Taylor. So Cole Taylor will make his warm-up tosses and enter this ball game. When we return, the Doubledays on a perfectly executed bunt and an E1 lead this one 5-4, no outs. In the bottom of the 7th, they're still threatening. The new pitcher, Cole Taylor, done with his warm-up tosses. The infielder's about halfway in. First pitch breaking ball up over the head of pinch hitter Sam Mayer. Mayer on the season has been one of, if not the best hitters on the team. An OPS over 1,000. Went 0 for 4 on the 24th, but not a guy you can hold down for long. And on base over 500, an average at 357 as he quickly goes ahead. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, something to note for the people at home. The wind has picked up. I think we saw that on Cole Taylor's first pitch. Ball left him.
Outside. 3-0 now. On deck, it's Adam Sullivan. Meyer stepped out of the box and took ball 4, almost taunting him a little bit, flashing that he wasn't going to swing at that pitch no matter what. It misses low and inside, and the bases are loaded with Doubledays with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Strikes, strikes, strikes. If you're Cole Taylor here, I understand.
There is a strike on the outside corner.
We understand that you don't want to just give up a meatball. Don't want to give him something he can crush, but there's no room for any runners now.
There's a swing and a miss. Taylor doing exactly what he needed to do. He's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. In this situation, the counter leverage is oh so important. 0-2 breaking ball called, strike 3. A beauty on the back door for a huge out number 1. With that, the middle infielders will move back and play in double play depth, hoping to somehow escape this inning with just 1 run allowed. It'll be Anthony DeCesare, who has grounded into a double play today, up to the dish. They're still in on the corners. They'll come home with a ground ball their way. There's a first pitch strike. A 1 heater Beautiful pitch. Cole Taylor walks the first batter he faces, but so far, since then he's bounced back. He's just pumping strikes in the zone. Now on 0-2. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cole Taylor is coming in and carving up the Doubledays. Now just 1 out away from somehow escaping this thing with just a 1-run deficit. Trying to pick up his teammates. It'll be Nick Izzo. Izzo 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a line out. First pitch swinging, he fouls it away. Cole Taylor again jumping ahead in the count.
These past 2 hitters, Cole Taylor doing exactly what he's supposed to do, pumping in strikes, getting the strikeouts.
Swing and a miss. Taylor ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 pitch away from a Houdini act. He came in the toughest of tough spots, walked a batter to load the bases. Now he'll come home with the 0-2. It misses low. It gets away. The runner's coming for the plate. The throw from Fesh is not in time. So a wild pitch which just crept away too far puts a run on the board for the Doubledays. Cole Taylor nearly escapes, doing a miraculous job, but a run will score. The Doubledays now lead by 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Nick Izzo. Misses low. This one stays a little closer, so the count is even at 2s.
Unfortunate.
2-2 the count. Taylor readies. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cole Taylor comes in and does a phenomenal job. He strikes out 3 straight batters to get out of trouble, but not before the Doubledays strike for 2 runs. We're headed to the 8th inning, just 2 frames to go here tonight. Auburn leads 6-4.
Who would you not let you date your daughter? On this team, none of them.
Walker Gleishaw, Irwin's Branch, Sam Gill. We'll go with
Blake. Gotta be Blake. I'm not letting Blake date my daughter.
Yo, I forgot about Blake.
Definitely Blake. Love you, Blake. Can't date my daughter.
Sam Gill.
Irwin's Branch date my daughter. Reed Markham absolutely can never date my daughter, ever.
Cooper Roman, just because he's Coop.
I wouldn't let Walker Gleishaw date my daughter. Brian Fry.
Branch, for sure. At Bama, Gary Beaver.
Oh, Sliz. That's not even fun.
This is an easy one for me. I've got to go with Sliz.
Nobody, because she's 3, but also Jacobetska.
Okay. Probably, I'm not letting Woodley anywhere near my daughter either. Travis, he can't date my daughter either.
Garrett Beaver. That's all I gotta say?
Walker Glashaw, Van Meter, Gavin Chandler.
I think I gotta go with Sliz.
I wouldn't you see this group, none of you was dating my daughter.
I'm in there.
Nah, you gotta say one. Especially not you. You would let me do it. I only get one person?
Yeah, you only get one person.
The new pitcher into the game is the left-hander Eston Elko. Elko from Ithaca, New York. Has been great this season in 4 appearances, a 2.79 ERA across 9.2 innings. The left-hander. One thing to note, 7 strikeouts to 13 walks, so
Okay.
A guy who could lose the strike zone, the Muckdogs, likely to be patient, needing base runners down 2.
Seems like he has the stuff, though, and it makes sense he comes in against the top of this Muckdogs lineup where the bulk, we have an abundance of talent.
Brennan Hilleman's day done after 7 innings. He allowed 4 runs, 3 of those earned. Now it'll be up to Elko and the rest of the Doubleday pen to nail down a win in what has been a fun back and forth contest. In the 7th inning, the Muckdogs scratched across a run to tie the game up, and then immediately Auburn came out and put up 2 runs of their own, so that is where we are now.
Great, nonetheless, a great job by Cole Taylor to come in. He did walk his first batter, but 3 whiffs. The pass ball obviously letting in a run. But still, nonetheless, I want to give my flowers.
100% deserving of those flowers. He was just brilliant. I'm interested to see if they bring him out for another inning. I would think that he's coming back into this game.
I would also think that as well.
First pitch from Elko is a strike. I looked up. It was 82 on the gun, but with that delivery, it looks like it's coming in harder.
Yeah, a bit more funky on the delivery as well. A lot of arm movement.
Breaking ball, slow roller, going to be a tough play. The throw to first is not nearly in time. It gets by the first baseman, Izzo, so Castrataro will speed into second base. I believe that'll be ruled a single and an E5, which places Castrataro at second. That is indeed the official scoring. So it's a leadoff single for Tyler Castrataro. And Jackson Inman will come to the plate. Just what the Muckdogs needed. A leadoff base runner, as the tying run is now in the batter's box. That one low, but blocked by Gialusi behind the dish.
Yeah, Muckdogs have a really nice opportunity to get right back in this game with Castrataro starting off at second.
It'll be Inman, Mindas, and Espinal. As Inman flies that one down the left field line, but foul. It lands in the Auburn pen. That one misses. So 2 balls and a strike on Inman. Inman with 14 ribbies leads the team.
Doesn't surprise me at all, even with his missed time.
A prime RBI candidate. That one misses low. Jackson Inman in a 3-1 hitters count with dangerous guys looming on deck.
Don't know if he gets the green light here.
Have to imagine. They trust him. He swings, takes a big hack. That's the kind of swing you got to make on 3-1.
I agree. Inman trying to pull that one probably over the right field wall. Pivotal pitch on this full count.
Castrataro leads off of second. a guy with some speed. Don't think they'll have him running here, the 3-2. Misses low for ball 4. Jackson Inman draws a walk, and 2 runners are on. The tying run is on base. The go-ahead run at the plate in the form of Sean Mindas. And they'll have a conference on the mound with the left-hander Elko. That'll be it, actually, for Eston Elko. A quick hook as he only faces 2 batters. Gives up a single and a walk. That'll be it for him. The new pitcher into the game will step aside as he warms up. The new pitcher into the game for the Doubledays, Ryan Paganellis. Paganellis from Batavia, Illinois. How about that? That's
okay.
Just a little something fun on the season.
Interesting there. Probably a great place. Just like
it's lovely.
Just like our very own Batavia, NY.
A 9.45 ERA. This is his 6th appearance on the season. Mindas squares to bunt and pops it up foul. Some heat. That first pitch came in at 88 miles per hour on the gun. His last outing was the 21st versus Geneva. Allowed 1 run over 2 innings. Mindas is showing bunt early. Way in there is Izzo. Mindas pulls back and takes strike 2. 2 big pitches from Paganellis. Now, don't expect the designated hitter to flash a bunt. You'd think he'll be swinging away here, a guy with his skills at the plate. 0-2 is low, and it gets away. So it's the same result of the bunt. The runners both move up. Guys on second and third. Castrataro briefly thought about trying to make a dash for home plate as the catcher, Gialuisi, couldn't find it initially, but he holds up there, and a base hit will tie this one up. They didn't even need to give up an out to move up those base runners thanks to the wild pitch. The infield move in. Luca, I don't understand bringing the infield in up by 2 runs. Grounded to first base. Izzo Fields. He'll throw to first in time for an out.
That is exactly why. That is exactly why. It's funny that you say that. You stand corrected. Mendoz hits a soft ground ball into the infield. The infield in works out perfectly for Auburn. Keeps the runners stranded at second and third.
Right on cue. So they'll go back to having infielders in, which now they move back up the middle. The corners are about halfway. First pitch to Espinal, fouled away at the plate. It may have worked, but
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all to question why is the infield in.
That's definitely something that I would want to ask about, sort of understand the thought process. I mean, maybe you see it play out in live time.
I'm almost thinking sometimes do they relay pitches like a cutter outside so that he hits it to the shallow first baseman? You know, is it that deep?
You know, it's possible, but maybe he just takes a good swing at it and hits it hard and through. The count is 0-2 now on Justin Espinal, as he takes a heater for a called strike 3. Ryan Paganellis pitching brilliantly in a big high leverage situation. He's recorded 2 outs against the meat of the Muck Dog order, as Cooper Romick will pinch hit now for Cooper Fesh. Romick hitting 167 on the season, a 346 on base, a 541 OPS.
He's a better hitter than what his numbers are showing right now. I believe that he's brought into pinch hit right here for a confidence boost. He gets a big hit here. That might change the tides of his season.
He's got good numbers against the Doubledays. Last time he played, as he swings and misses through strike 1, that went up to 89 miles per hour.
Yeah, never easy. You're coming off the bench, and the first pitch you see is high 80s, 89 fastball, high. Not easy to catch up.
He went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, an RBI and 2 walks, back on the 24th. The 0-1. A swing and a miss. The count now 0-2 on Romick. Paganellis 1 pitch away from leaving 2 runners stranded here in the Muck Dog half of the 8th. And with not a lot of time left, the Muck Dogs, you feel like they have to scrape at least 1 run across as the 0-2. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Sullivan. The throw to first is in time.
Wow.
What a play by Adam Sullivan. He ranges up the middle and saves 2 runs. So 2 runners are left on base. 1 hit, no runs. A beautiful defensive play ends the top half of the 8th. The Doubledays 6-4 lead still intact. after a brilliant play by Adam Sullivan, which myself, Luca, and everyone else here in the press box thought that ground ball from Cooper Romick was ticketed into center field. We thought we had a tie game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sullivan showing off great range on that play. Also, the skill to be able to get the ball and fire it on the run, on time, accurate.
There's a line drive to left, but there to make the catch is Tyler Castrataro. Colson Thompson hit it on the nose, but all he's got to show for it is an L7 and out number 1. And that could completely change this game.
That was a swing. That was a swing right there of it, whether it's a tie ball game or the Doubledays keeping their 2-run lead.
In the biggest moment, a huge play in high leverage. Adam Sullivan, you can't give him enough props. Cole Taylor, he deserves his flowers for a run came home on a wild pitch, but it could have been a lot more. He struck out 3 straight batters with the bases loaded last inning. He's back on here as there's a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to get down, and it's going to be extra bases. Horton fields and fires it in, keeping Vasquez to a double, but a 1-out, 2-bagger has the Doubledays with a man in scoring position, threatening to add some more to their lead.
Yeah, some nice inside-out hitting right there. Able to get past Horton in right field for a double, and the Doubledays are looking to pour on some insurance runs at the bottom of this 8th.
Josh Thompson, the second baseman, is 0 for 1 with 2 walks today. First pitch from Taylor, a breaking ball, which drops in for strike 1. Oh, 1. Maybe a changeup right there. Misses outside to even the count. One heater in there for a strike. Taylor goes ahead, 1-2.
Really good job by Taylor to still deliver a strike as he fell down on that pitch.
Staying with it at all costs. The ultimate competitor. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. His 4th K already through 1.2 innings as he sets down Thompson for out number 2. The stuff is on for Cole Taylor today.
100%, has done a great job keeping this Muckdogs team in it.
Gianni DeCerbo started the 2-run 7th inning for the Doubledays with a leadoff walk. Here, he takes strike 1. A huge part of Cole Taylor's success is every batter he jumps ahead in the count.
First pitch strike. A very, very good weapon for a pitcher to use. Count leverage, something that we talk about all the time. Batter's much, much more likely to get on when up 1-0 compared to 0-1.
I wish I could pull up the stat for how big the difference is in this league, but one of these days I'll come and tell you how big that swing is at the major league level. Nasty breaking ball. DeCerbo was sliding out of the way, trying to avoid getting hit by that pitch, and it ended up middle. A nasty curveball right there.
Yeah, Taylor's thrown a lot of good pitches tonight, but that was probably his best one right there. Made the batter just absolutely give up on it.
1-2. Called strike 3. Heater, he dials it up to 88. Cole Taylor with 5 strikeouts over 2 innings. A brilliant relief outing. We head now to inning number 9. The Muckdogs down to their last chance. They trail 6-4. They need 2 runs to keep this thing alive, 3 to take the lead. The Muckdogs down to their last chance. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 in Batavia's order. Omar Carreras, Brian Fry, and Travis Hammond. And, you know, the Muckdogs, albeit at home, were in a very similar situation just 3 days ago, down by 2 runs going into the 9th inning. And they came back, scored 3, and walked things off. That was against Tyler Vivacqua. Now they'll have to do it against Ryan Paganellis, who's on for a 2nd inning of work.
Look, Muckdogs fans, we've seen this enough times to know that this team is not out of it. It's going to be the formula that it's going to have to be is base runners, base runners, base runners.
Skip Martinez has referred to them lovingly as the cardiac kids. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Oftentimes we've seen the comebacks coming home. I mean, already 3 walk-off victories on the season.
Very exciting time.
Yes.
To be a Muckdog fan.
Now they're trying to shock this home crowd. It's the 1-1. Flared into left. Sullivan ranges back, though, and makes the catch for out number 1. He did a little leap to secure that grab. He's been making big defensive plays, both to end the 8th and start the 9th. As Carreras is set down, Brian Fry will come to the plate with 1 away.
Brian Fry, never an easy out. Expect this to be a dragged out AB if Fry doesn't like something he sees early in the count.
Here's the pitch. Strike. Heater on the outside corner. Paganellis jumps ahead of Fry. No balls. 1 strike. The 0-1 is low, so count even at once. Up high, 2 balls and a strike, the count on Fry. The Doubledays 12-6-1. The Muckdogs 12-7 on the season. Whichever team wins stands tied or in 2nd place. Either tied for 1st if Auburn wins. In 2nd if the Muckdogs win. The winner of this game leapfrogs the other, though. That is for certain, as it's 3 balls, 1 strike on Brian Fry as the Muckdogs trying to claw back. It's inside for ball 4, and now the tying run will come to the plate in Travis Hammond.
All right, here we go, Muckdogs fans. Like I said, Fry never gets himself out, able to draw a walk. Travis Hammond, who hasn't had a great day at the plate today, but like we always do, there just seems to be a switch that flips in these 9th innings.
In the big moments, we saw him a part of that walk-off victory on Tuesday. He flashes bunt, pulls back. They thought about firing behind Fry at first, but he dives back at first. The count, a ball and no strikes on Hammond. They'll have a conference on the mound. I think likely because of that bunt.
Correct.
Just making sure that they have a plan, they know what they're doing. This is something that coaches practice so much, always a big-time emphasis on bunt defense. So, teammate, the infielders all talking out there. Paganellis gets some high fives now. He gets set. Let's see if Hammond flashes bunt again with his speed. He'd surely be bunting for a base hit. As that runner moving to second doesn't really matter. As he flashes bunt, he gets it down, but up and foul, first base side out of play to even the count at once.
Hammond almost too excited to get down to the first base line. Has to make sure he has that bunt down before he can move.
The 1-1. He gets the bunt down, but it just squeaks foul. So a ball and 2 strikes on the center fielder. That one nearly a beauty down the first base line.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered until it wasn't, until it rolled foul. Hammond with a good attempt right there. Now a bunt here unlikely with 2 strikes. Has to dig in.
Here it is now on 1-2. Paganellis kicks and fires. A swing and a miss. Dials it up to 87 to set down Travis Hammond via the K for route number 2. The Muckdogs down to their last out tonight. The man in the way of a Doubleday victory is Caleb Walker.
We have a lot of guys on this team that I would trust in this position, and Caleb Walker is one of them. Always a good AB when Walker's up to bat. We are not out of this, folks.
Walker 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk today. He did produce a base hit in that comeback victory over the Doubledays just 3 days ago. Now in a bit of a different circumstance. Same idea, but a bit more dire as the pitch swung on. High pop third base side, but that one will go out of play. Walker was 2 for 4 in that Muckdog win. The RBI single, which tied the game in the 9th inning. So that one misses low, so he goes ahead in the count 2-1. 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for the Muckdogs, 6 runs on 6 hits for the Doubledays. The 2-1 pitch is inside, so Caleb Walker ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Braden Horton on deck.
Like I've said, Muckdogs fans, Caleb Walker never really gets himself out. Always a good AB. Is a ball away from putting a runner in scoring position. Papagalis doesn't pop.
3-1 is low and outside. Ball 4. Caleb Walker stays resilient, keeps the Muckdogs alive, and what that does is it puts the tying run on first base for the dangerous Braden Horton. Horton is 1 for 2 today, had an RBI single to tie the game back in the 7th, but got thrown out trying to stretch it into 2 bags. The Muckdogs want to be real gutsy. It's that one. Paints the inside corner for strike 1.
That's a great first pitch to a dangerous Horton. You're gonna have to find tricky ways to get strikes against this guy. Really nice front door pitch right there.
If they want to be really gutsy, 2 fast guys, you could try a double steal, but 0-1. Popped up, shallow left field. Sullivan ranging over, it drops! It drops! Caleb Walker advances to third. Horton is into second.
Wow.
An RBI double.
Wow.
The Muckdogs are not done yet. It looked like it was going to stay up long enough for the final out to be recorded, but no. Sullivan had a long way to go, had to sort of adjust to get under the ball, and just couldn't. It was a long way to go for the left fielder, Hardy, as it was for Sullivan and Vasquez. Nobody able to make the grab, and now it's just a 6-5 game. The tying run at third, the winning run at second for Tyler Castrataro. First pitch, foul tipped into the glove for strike 1.
I mean, look, Muckdogs fans, even if Castrataro, he's just got to get it in play. If anything, he does not want to strike out here. Put it in play. Use your speed. Not for anything.
Paganellis ready with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Up to 89 on the gun. The Muckdogs down to their final strike tonight. Castrataro trying to battle his way back. Check swing, but a cold. Strike 3. He paints the outside corner and closes this one out. A thrilling game ends in heartbreak for the Muckdogs. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run was at second base, but both runners left stranded as the Doubledays win this one 6-5 in 9 innings. They'll celebrate this one, a little bit of sweet revenge after they lost on a comeback walk-off L 3 days ago today. They slammed the door. They improved to 13-6-1 on the season. The Muckdogs drop to 12-8. Luca, exciting ball game, just not quite the result the Muckdogs were looking for.
Right, yeah, it always seems to be a great game when these two play each other. I have to give the nod to the Doubledays pitching today. The errors from the Doubledays really helped keep the Muckdogs in the game, but Hilleman with a great job coming out. He did give up 4 earned runs, but was dominant for most of the start, as well as Paganellis being able to come in, dominant stuff, high 80s fastball, even to work through all the trouble in that 9th inning. Much, much, much credit to this very good Auburn Doubledays team.
There's a reason that they sit where they sit in the standings. A strong team, the Muckdogs. Now, through 20 games, feels like things are flying by here. They sit at 12-8. Tomorrow, they return to Dwyer Stadium. They take on the Elmira Pioneers. That one will start at 6:30. Gates open at 5:30. For tickets, call 585-524-2260.
Come get those free T-shirts, Muckdogs fans. It's going to be a good night.
Listen to Lou Dog. It's going to be a lot of fun. We thank you so much for tuning in. Alongside Luca Zaccaro, I'm Nikita Lohman, signing off and wishing you all a great